Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the best video games for writers that I've played, discovered, and just heard about. Writing is such a creative endeavor, and as an avid video gamer myself, I love playing video games that enrich both my creativity and are also just plain damn fun. These are all the games that I really enjoy as a writer, and I hope that you do too. Disclaimer, I've not played all of these games, but if you'd like to see me try out games that I do enjoy both as a writer and as a person, you can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/HaleyHCreates every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, where I play comfy cozy games. Now, let's get on to the good stuff. First up, games that have to do with writing. The very first game on the list is Writers. Writers is a game where you play as a writer and you try to be the first in typing random excerpts from the book. You can fight against your friends or players around the world, make your way to the top, and show them the speed that you are capable of. Become a member of the Writers Club and master all language leagues. Now that's the main description from the game on Steam. This game is only available on Windows, but it's really perfect for people who want to improve their typing skills. It reminds me a little bit of the typing games that I was forced to play in middle school to improve my writing and to improve my typing skills, but I like writing, so it sounds like it would be fun now, especially if you like competitive games like this. And there are about 8 game modes, including Duel, Duel Hard, Classic, Fixed, Marathon, Unmistakable, Hard, and Numbers. You can also choose the language that you want to write in, and that's, I believe, in English and Russian. There are 22 unlockable characters who I believe are famous authors like Dostoevsky or Charles Dickens or Jane Austen, but the description here says that you have to try hard to unlock them all. There are stats and achievements. Each language league has its own statistic and leaderboards, and to win, you will have to type without looking at the keyboard, which sounds extremely challenging to me. I could never. Now, like I said, this game is only available on Windows, so unfortunately if you're on a Mac, you lose out like me. Unfortunately, I can't play this game, but if you have played the game Writers, please let me know in the comments and tell me how it goes. The second game that I recommend is Frantic Fanfic. Now, I've mentioned this a couple times on my channel. It's the writing party game that I most regularly play over on Twitch, and it's such a blast. So here's the description from the creators right here. Frantic Fanfic is a brand spanking new creative writing party game where friends furiously write each other's fanfiction. Frantic Fanfic. This game takes inspiration from the classic Pass the Story with a nerdy pop culture twist. Frantic Fanfic is a fandom-frenzied, supercharged mess of exposition, rising action, falling action, resolution, and everywhere in between. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds exactly like one of my novels. Frantic Fanfic arose from a desire to have friends laughing and being creative together. There are so many games out there that rely on the game itself being funny. Now, with Frantic Fanfic, only your imagination is the limit. Oh, and the time limits too. Sometimes the best thing for writer's block is the arbitrary tick of a clock. Now, like I said before, I've played Frantic Fanfic personally, and it is just so much fun. You do have to have friends to play with it, although I do believe that they added a special solo mode where I think you just write fanfiction. It's just been so silly to add in characters. They have a self-insert mode, they have OTP modes. You just come up with such different fics in so many different times. My favorite mode to play is when you have 1 minute to write your fanfic, because I guess I just crave chaos. I've done a bunch of different videos where I've compiled all different highlights from streams where I've played that game, and you can totally check those out in the comments down below. The last writing game, or game that has to do with writing, that I recommend is Kind Words. I'm going to read the description out for you again. Has something got you down, stressed you out, scared you? That's pretty normal. It might help you to talk about it. In Kind Words, players anonymously write out their concerns and sorrows by making short requests for letters. Everyone can respond to requests with letters of comfort, sympathy, or gentle advice. Kind Words is a positive context, a warm, cozy mood, a place to feel centered and focused on the opportunity presented. Use your words to lift others and be lifted in return. This game is available for both Mac and PC, so you're totally missing out by not having this game. What are you doing? It's available on Steam. Now, I've talked a lot about how my mental health impacts my writing and how I feel like it's true for a lot of people who I know, for a lot of writers I know, and for a lot of people who watch my content. And I feel like this game falls exactly into along those lines. It might not be necessarily creative writing, but you're helping others and, you're sharing really, really kind words to other people, especially if you need to pick me up and want to write something that's encouraging that might be different from what you're working on at the moment. It might just be the thing that you need and that others need, and could be the step to boost your creativity for your project. Now, let's get on to comfy cozy games. My first comfy cozy game that I would recommend is, of course, for me, gonna be Animal Crossing New Horizons. This game is only available on the Nintendo Switch, and if you've been an Animal Crossing fan, then you of course know what this is. It's the next game in the series where you move to a deserted island and you get to create it however you want. You can build up a town, you can build up your island, you can invite all different animals and villagers to come live with you, and it's super cute and super fun, okay? Basically, you have an island and you can invite animal villagers to come live there. You can terraform and you can shape the island and the land to whatever you want it to be, with cliffs and trees, and even use custom paths and designs to create all different kinds of homes and signs and all of these different super creative ideas that I'm sure that you've seen across Instagram and YouTube if you're into that kind of stuff. I'm not just mentioning this because it's one of my personal favorites, but it honestly has so much to do with like world building and being creative, and it's just been so useful to create my island and visualize all the settings and all the different scenes from my novel particularly. Right now, I'm creating an island that's a cross between Trollhunters Tales of Arcadia and then my NaNoWriMo project from last year, Trollhunters But Girls aka Project Sword Lesbians. It's been so much fun to dive in and visualize the town from both those worlds and come away with more inspiration for describing my own setting in my book and figuring out how exactly I want things to look. Describing the main town where my characters live has been something that I want to work on in my next planned revisions, and honestly creating it all in my island in Animal Crossing has helped me so much with that. Plus, with the new update that came out a few weeks ago for Animal Crossing, there's over like 1,000 new items or something crazy like that. There's so many different ways to create buildings and different island themes like castle core, cottage core, city core, town core, elegant core. So right now is pretty much like the perfect time to get into Animal Crossing if you ask me. Their community is so big and so creative with the amount of detail that everybody puts into all their builds. So if you're looking for a new game that's basically open world, free form creation, creating your town, creating a island, then Animal Crossing New Horizons is for you. The second comfy cozy game that I would recommend is Unpacking. Now this game is available both on PC and Mac, and you can buy it on Steam. Unpacking is a Zen puzzle game about the familiar experience of pulling possessions out of boxes and fitting them into a new home. Part block fitting puzzle, part home decoration, you are invited to create a satisfying living space while learning clues about the life you're unpacking. Now, I just played this game on Steam for the very first time last week, and I have to say it was so cute and so cozy, and it was so much fun figuring out all the different details of this person's life, which kind of makes it into a very character-driven game, and it's perfect if you're a writer and if you're struggling to include character details in your own projects. This game shows that every detail that you unpack in this game, like from the toothbrush to the plants on the kitchen counter to the series of 7 different roosters or chicken figurines, that there's so many different objects that mean so much to this character that we literally know nothing about besides what we can find, what we can learn from their possessions, and how all those objects really shape their personality. The graphics are super cute, the music is so relaxing, and it's like so much fun to try and beat it and also earn all the stickers. I had a lot of fun. You can also check the link for this game down below. The last game that I will recommend that is available for Mac and PC is, of course, The Sims. The Sims 4, Sims 3, whatever iteration you choose. I'm not here to contribute to the discourse on which one is better. The Sims might be the most obvious one on this list because it's so much about character creation. You can create any celebrity and character you want with Create a Sim. I know there are so many authortubers who do this, who create main characters from their books, who create all the different characters from their books. Honestly, I do this a lot. And it's just another super great game to figure out exactly what your characters look like and put them in all sorts of silly situations as they live their lives, and you can control them as characters in the game or as your book. It's also a really great way to possibly explore plots too. I've never really done this. I've really only focused on character creation and trying to visualize my characters from the page to The Sims. That's another great way to use it. If you have other suggestions for games that you like to play as a writer or games that you think are best for writers, please tell me and please leave them in the comments down below. I would really love to hear all about them and even try some out myself. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe and leave a comment down below if you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Bye! Ow!